Commendations continue over the performance of the ruling All Progressives Congress in the last Saturday's by-elections across the country, as the train of the Renewed Hope initiative makes a stop in Gusau, Zamfara State to distribute goodies to the youths. Plus, we'll bring you interesting stories on security, sports, and more. Thank you for joining us. This is Panorama. I'm Ruth Aguele. Welcome. The Independent National Electoral Commission has announced results in some constituencies amongst the 12 states of the Federation where elections, the by-elections, were held on Saturday, August 16, 2025. Annie Daniels compiled some of the outcomes for us. Let's see that.
From Onitsha, Steve Lona Nwokolo reports that the All Progressives Grand Alliance candidate Abga for the Onitsha North constituency won. Mimi former Azikiwe emerged winner after beating her African Democratic Congress opponent. While Adeshola Yola Elebeji of All Progressives Congress, APC, has been declared winner of Remo Federal constituency by INEC in Ogun State.
The just completed by-election in the Kene, Shagamu, and Remo North Federal constituency has written a new chapter in our democratic story. The victory did not come by chance. It is the result of dedication.
While in Jigawa State, Professor Salu Ibrahim Ismail, returning officer of the by-election, declares Mokhtar Rabiu Garki of the APC winner of the Garki Federal constituency with 38,449 votes.
Rabiu Garki of APC, having satisfied the requirement of the law, is hereby declared the winner and is returned elected.
Felix Bagudu of APC emerged winner of the by-election in Chikun Gajuru Federal Constituency seat in Kaduna State, having secured 75% of the total votes. And in Kogi State, Ayodele Bibemi reports that the by-election for Kuratu State constituency, Musa Hassan Yakubu of the All Progressives Congress has been declared winner.
Having satisfied the requirement of the law and scored the highest vote of 55072, have been declared as the winner of this election.
And in Anambra South Senatorial District, Dr. Emmanuel Wachuku of ABGA has been declared winner after securing 9,640 votes. In Abuja, Annie Daniels, NTA News.
And President Bola Tinubu congratulates all the winners of Saturday, August 16 by-elections in the 16 constituencies across 12 states. The president commends the Independent National Electoral Commission for the hitch-free elections, mostly devoid of violence. Following the results declared by INEC, the All Progressives Congress won in 12 constituencies. The All Progressives Grand Alliance won in 2, while the People's Democratic Party won in 1. And the New Nigeria People's Party won in 1 as well. President Tinubu congratulates the new APC National Chairman, Professor Nentawe Yilwatda, for the emphatic first victory recorded under his leadership. He also congratulates APC governors and other leaders on the success of the by-elections. President Tinubu commends all the political parties and candidates who participated in the election and enjoins them to continue to be guided by the spirit of sportsmanship, fair contest, and magnanimity, which are enablers of enduring democracy. Meanwhile, the governing All Progressives Congress says the landslide victories recorded in the last Saturday's by-elections across 12 states are a strong indication of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's endorsement of excellent performance in office. In a statement signed by its National Publicity Secretary, Felix Morka, the governing party commends the party for implementing the Renewed Hope agenda across critical sectors that touch lives and impact the nation's economy. The statement also appreciates the national chairman and progressive governors for their unwavering commitment in deepening internal democracy and sustaining the principle of fairness and justice in all its affairs. Felix Morka also expresses gratitude to INEC and the security forces for ensuring a free, fair and transparent process, and congratulates winners of the outcome of the by-elections, which further demonstrates the growth and advancement of Nigeria's democracy. We'll flip to other issues. No fewer than 2,000 youths in Zamfara State are to undergo a 3-day digital literacy training under the renewed hope agenda of President Tinubu. The training aims to unlock participants' digital potentials. Let's hear from Haliru Mohammed.
The renewed hope agenda President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is pushing for increased digital literacy in Nigeria, with several initiatives being introduced to boost digital literacy, particularly among the youth. These are parts of the 2,000 prospective beneficiaries of the initiative drawn from across Zamfara State, receiving training on digital marketing, cyber security, data analysis, and social media monetization, among other areas for enhanced economic growth.
They can actually do all that, say their mind online, and gain from it.
These improvisations of ideas of digital literacy empowerment of the youth is a very good foundation.
The training, which was very interactive, saw the participants subjected to oral tests, where those who performed well received laptops, tablets, and financial support for self-employment.
I learned so many things, like this data analysis. I like to study data analysis.
These laptops will be of benefit to me.
President of the Bola Ahmed Tinubu Voice Project, Mubarak Yunusa, says the training aligns with President Tinubu's vision to create over 1 million jobs in the digital economy, stressing that the initiative will promote digital inclusion. The training is expected to continue online for further digital empowerment. In Gusau, Halil Muhammad Umar, NTA News.
Whole of government and society approach is needed to effectively arrest the scourge of illicit small arms and light weapons in Nigeria and West Africa. Well, this was at the Warfare CUS-9 Interagency Seminar on the theme Strengthening Security Agencies' Collaboration to Counter Illicit Arms Proliferation for Enhanced National Security in Nigeria. Paul Abel reports.
In 2021, it was estimated that over 260,000 persons died as a result of illicit small arms and light weapons usage in the world, while 700 deaths were recorded in one day. Considering the negative impact of this menace on the development of the nation, Naval War College Nigeria Warfare CUS-9 participants, as part of their module in this interagency seminar, are being exposed to the importance of collaboration to counter illicit arms and proliferation.
The ability of our security agencies to work together and effectively is paramount towards ensuring success in countering the challenge of illicit arms flow into our country.
The impact of this illicit arms proliferation is profound and multifaceted. These weapons fuel various forms of insecurity, including terrorism, banditry, kidnapping, communal clashes, and armed robbery.
The fight against illicit small arms and light weapons proliferation cannot be won by the security agencies alone, as it requires a whole-of society approach.
Panel discussions and contributions from audience on effective implementation of recommendations formed part of the program. In Calabar, Paul Abel, NTA News.
The 12 Nigerian men stranded in the Central African Republic, whose video went viral some 3 weeks ago, have finally returned home. Our reporter says it was an emotional leading moment for the rescued Nigerians as they narrated their ordeal while on a visit to the Nigerians and Diaspora Commission. Deborah Balakbobo is on that.
A hard life as the returnees shared their harsh ordeal in the war-torn nation. They allege that despite owing them 11 months of salaries, the Chinese employers subjected them to many forms of deprivation, including sexual abuse while in the Central African Republic. Leader of the group, Igorigo Freedom, said they had suffered a lot in the past 20 months and are grateful for the support from the Nigerian government and the NIDCOM intervention.
When that went on, we were still patient until the work stopped. And when the work stopped, they said we should remain in the bush there. To our surprise, they evacuated 4 Chinese. And I went to the commandant, the military there, that they should not allow the people to evacuate the 2 remaining 2 Chinese. That if they left, they would not care for us again. Then they came for other Chinese, they took him away to Bangui. And when they wanted to do that, some of us who have been agitating to come back to Nigeria, demanding for our passport for almost 4 months, wanted to follow the truck. But they were intimidated with rifles and the way soldiers operate. So we have to hang back. Then at the end of the day, they removed the last Chinese. So that is when we said, okay, let us call the attention of our brothers in Nigeria.
We're glad you're home.
Thank you.
Put the experience, learn from the experience, put it behind hold, demand for justice for you. And I'm sure when we tell them here, they should be able to find those people and give them the right kind of treatment. So life itself is an experience. But the most important thing, you are alive to tell your stories.
The NIDCOM boss condemned the acts as inhumane and assured that the matter would be pursued to ensure justice is served in line with the citizen diplomacy of President Ahmed Bola Tinubu. In Abuja, Deborah Balagugu, NT News.
Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Dr. Jumoke Oduwole, has expressed Nigeria's renewed commitment to creating a business-friendly environment for both domestic and foreign investors. This came up during a high-level engagement with a California Africa Climate and Economic Delegation in Abuja. The delegation, led by Secretary of the California State Transportation Agency, Dr. Tox Omishaki, had conversations centered on sustainable transportation, clean energy collaboration, technical cooperation, and infrastructure development. California's global strength in technology and venture capital were presented as key drivers to position Africa's green enterprises as globally competitive players.
And I'll close with this one, creative economy.
When you talk about trade policy, you know our position. We welcome new friends, so we welcome the state of California with open arms. We're ready to do business.
We're sure that at the end of this meeting, we'll be talking about business, about trade, about investment opportunities.
At the end, a consensus was reached to deepen partnerships, leverage diaspora expertise, and expand sustainable investment flows into Nigeria. So let's pause for some messages. We'll be back shortly. Stay tuned.
From the Atlantic across the savannah to the Sahara, we rise, a land of the free, we know they tire. We dream great, our spirit is undying.
Resilient, rooted like palm tree, we sway in colors, with undying demand. We make solutions, we ignite passion, yeah. Ethnicity is unique, we have more than just a nation.
We are Nigeria, strengthened in unity, we know they carry life. Together live the dream of a land with great destiny. We are Nigeria.
I am the real Nigerian. Brought to you by the National Orientation Agency, NOA.
Thank you for staying tuned. The National Orientation Agency has commended the Imo State government for its recent decision to ban lavish graduation parties for pupils in nursery, primary, and junior secondary schools, describing it as a timely step towards curbing excesses and promoting responsible value reorientation among young learners. In a statement, the agency says such trend encourages extravagance and places undue financial pressure on parents, who are often compelled to fund what is described as a wasteful and socially unproductive practice. The statement says that the agency has recently unveiled a campaign against sign-out extreme practices and the ban by the state aligns with the general purpose of the campaign. Now, understanding the new Tax Reform Act and all the key initiatives of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is seen as a pathway to positioning Nigeria as a socially inclusive nation. This was the focus at the Forum on Tax Reform Act and Compliance, Impact on Small and Medium Enterprises in the Southeast held in Enugu. Chika Okorie reports.
Address multiple taxation and enlighten Nigerians on available grants. The Senior Special Assistant to President Bola Tinubu on Community Engagement Southeast, Mrs. Chioma Nweze, organized a forum tagged Tax Reform Act and Compliance, Impact on Small and Medium Enterprises for Women in the Zone. She noted that women are crucial to national development and progress.
President Bola Tinubu loves all of us very much, especially the market women. Especially people that have small businesses. He wants our business to prosper.
Once you are able to enroll in a college of education, in a university, or in a polytechnic, you do not have to be troubled about how your school fees will be paid. The government will pay your school fees. All you need to do is to go online and apply.
It's a big encouragement to all of us to know what is on board, especially in terms of tax.
With the focus of the interactive section on the new tax reform, participants are optimistic that Nigeria is marching towards prosperity. From the International Conference Center, Enugu, Chika Okorie, NTA News.
Minister of Livestock Development, Idi Mukhtar Meha, says the plan by the federal government to collaborate with relevant key players to improve the livestock value chain from $32 billion to $72 billion will significantly boost the nation's grouse domestic product. The minister was speaking at a two-day capacity development on integrated livestock commodity value chain held in Adamawa State. Let's hear from Bilkisu Abubakar.
Pilot project of integrated commodity value chain put together with the Nigerian incentive-based risk-sharing system for agricultural lending, NISAL, among other partners, to educate livestock practitioners on modern animal husbandry to improve their capacity is a step towards realizing the National Livestock Acceleration Strategy to boost contributions of the sector to the economic growth of Nigeria.
The Federal Ministry of Livestock, under this present leadership, at the federal level, means business. To transform this life sector is not just throwing hybrid animals, exotic animals, purchases onto people. You have to develop their capacity to appreciate what they are doing.
Continue to form strong collaboration with value chain actors to grow the sector in Nigeria and Africa.
All other livestock practitioners who are also interested in training can also prepare themselves for the next phase of the training. By so doing, we can be able to gradually cover substantial number of livestock beneficiaries in Adamawa State and Nigeria at large.
150 participants were exposed to modern livestock management and production.
We have learned much in this training that when we utilize it, I think it will bring so many changes in our community.
We have been trained on how to fatten animals in just a little period of time.
Certainly, the project has encouraged the practitioners in the livestock sector to be optimistic of attracting more livestock champions, not only for actualizing the federal government agenda, but having easy access for livestock production and its business. In Yola, Bilkisu Abubakar, NTA News.
3 people have lost their lives in an accident which occurred in Auchi, the headquarters of Esako West local government, that was on Sunday. Victor Odion Acha reports that the accident took place at the Auchi axis of the Benin-Okene Abuja highway. Let's see that.
The accident, which occurred at the Omega Fire Ministries axis of the Auchi-Okene Abuja highway, took place at about 11:45 on Sunday, when the church had already closed the Sunday service. An articulated vehicle belonging to one of the cement giants in Nigeria was said to have been coming from the Kogi axis of the road and failed brake at the slope in front of the church, ran into a Mercedes GLK Jeep thereby pushing it to another articulated vehicle of the same company carrying cement. 3 occupants of the GLK Jeep, 2 male and 1 female, died on the spot, while 2 others were taken to the hospital for medical treatment. The accident, however, did not affect any member of the church, as those who were already by the roadside going home immediately ran for their lives alongside the traders near the church, while the articulated vehicle involved in the accident went into flame.
The trailer was coming from that side, you get the fake. So this motor was on its own. Then we were just trying to adjust on its own.
Next time, trailers have been failing brake in this place. And I don't know what is actually happening. Whether it is as a result of the sloping, whether it's as a result of the galloping, I don't actually know. But no matter whatever that happens, the government should do something very serious to make sure to reduce the speed of those trailers.
This is bad. Yeah. Let government come to our aid. I don't know what is here that government cannot fix. Yeah. Time to time, tenor to tenor, year to year, we have been having series of incidents like this. Yeah.
The president and founder of Omega Fire Ministries, Apostle Johnson Suleiman, who immediately visited the scene, described the accident as avoidable, blaming it on the recklessness of the driver.
I think the management of the organization has to do proper assessment, because this is one madness too many. There are several trucks around the country. When it becomes a pattern that a particular organization, truck keeps claiming the life of Nigerians, and it becomes a thing to worry about. This is just a mess. These are deaths that are very avoidable. They put themselves together. It's a mess. Just lost 3 lives here now for the recklessness of some young men who probably, if well checked, might not even have licenses. So it's an avoidable death. Yet they have to put their house in order.
At the time of filing this report, officials of the Federal Road Safety Corps and Church Security were on ground to ensure safety on the road, while the Auchi Polytechnic firefighting machine was immediately mobilized to put out the fire in the accidented vehicle to prevent it from explosion. In Auchi, Victor Odion Acha, NTA.
3 years after launching a manhunt for him over drug trafficking offences, a 36-year-old notorious drug kingpin has been arrested by the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency in Asaba, Delta State. The suspect was caught while attempting to move 250 blocks of skunk in his distribution bus. Salwal Khalil Ibrahim reports.
The suspect came under searchlight in connection with the seizure of 24.137 kilograms of skunk and 10 grams of molly, but thereafter went underground. However, following credible intelligence, NDLEA operatives in Delta State were able to arrest him along with one of his aides while they were trying to move 250 parcels of skunk for distribution. In Lagos, a 52-year-old woman was arrested with her son by NDLEA operatives in Mushin for storing and distributing 298 blocks of Ghanaian loud, while another suspect was snapped in the Aja area of Lekki, where 8.5 kilograms of Canadian loud, a strain of cannabis, was recovered from their apartment. No less than 128,000 capsules of tramadol were recovered from a suspect who was arrested by NDLEA officers at Jauroja, Tau, Gombe State, while a total of 337,800 capsules of the same pharmaceutical opioid were seized by operatives on patrol along the Okene-Lokoja Highway, Kogi State, from the driver of a commercial bus coming from Onitsha, Anambra State, and heading to Kontagora in Niger State. And at the Port Harcourt Complex, One, River State, a total of 875,000 bottles of Kodimbi syrup worth over 6.1 billion naira in street value and 3,500,000 pills of tramadol valued at 1.7 billion naira were recovered from 5 containers. In Abuja, Sadwa Khalil Ibrahim, NTA News.
And next is sports update with Ahmed Zango.
Team Nigeria is set to return to Lagos this evening after a triumphant performance at the Pan-Africa Youth Scrabble Championship in Nairobi, Kenya, the Nigerian contingent dominated the competition, clinching both the under-19 and under-15 individual and team titles. In the under-15 categories, Sophia Ekeruche was unstoppable, finishing unbeaten with a team victory and an impressive cumulative score of plus 38.71. Kenya's Kingsley settled for second place. In the under-19 division, Nigeria's prestige Achibong, winner of the under-15 category 2 years ago, in Lagos, claimed the crown after edging compatriot Abdul Qudus Aliyu on cumulative points. Both players recorded 18 wins from 24 games, but Achibong's plus 27.94 gave him the advantage over Aliyu's plus 35.68. Team Nigeria also secured the overall team title, finishing ahead of Ghana and Kenya. Meanwhile, Nigeria's D Tigers advanced to the quarter-finals of the 2025 AfroBasket Championship after defeating Cameroon 99-90 in Angola. The team dominated from the second quarter onward, building a 31-point lead by the third quarter before easing off in the final stretch. Josh Okogie star with 16 points and 7 assists, supported by Stan Okoye 14 points and Caleb Agada 13 points. The victory sealed Nigeria's unbeaten trailing run at the top of Group B, while Cameroon will seek qualification through the playoffs. Elsewhere, Morocco booked their spot in the CHAN 2024 quarterfinals with a 3-1 win over DR Congo at Nyayo Stadium, Nairobi. The victory secured qualification for the Atlas Lions alongside host Kenya, who topped Group A after beating Zambia 1-0. Going into the final matches, Morocco and DR Congo were level on 6 points, but Morocco only needed a draw to progress, while DR Congo required a win. For Sport Update, Amazongo, NTA News.
And that concludes Panorama. Thank you for being part of it. I'm Ruth Aguilera.